A very beautiful morning, my dear viewer. NTV, Spark TV. Bandiza nnyo bakwano bange. Tukyayongerayo tugenda mu maaso n'emiramu egy'enjawulo ate guno omulamu ogw'olwaleero tugenda okutunuulira abagalana okubanga ate bakolera wamu. Weewaawo abantu bano benkyazizza basinkanira ku set y'okuzannya firimu bwe batyo ate omukwano ne bagettinga close and then they became real lovers and then husband and wife and now it's a whole kugamba family ejjudde ate era ne bagenda mu maaso ne beeyongerako oba ne beeyongerako eddaala ne basetting up Nabwiso films and then tugenda okulaba Nabwiso films efuuse nno ensonga mu ggwanga Uganda era nga ereese sinema oba ebinna-Uganda biwerako ebiri ku mutindo ogw'ewaggulu ennyo. Naye tulebe couples nyingi nnyo batandika okukola together oba batandika okukola bombi naye ate wakati awo ne wajjawo obukuubagano ne wajjawo obutategeeragana naye ate abantu besinga betwogeddeko bagambye nti nno okukolaganira awamu naddala nga muli bafumbo bannange kyetaagamu kwegamba okwagaliza patience discipline commitment n'oli munno ngo ddala okiraba ddala ono gwe nalonda naye newe mbansazeewo okukola naye tewali kigenda kubanga kiyingira mirimu gyaffe. Abantu bano batambuddeko ensi n'ensi naye ate bakoze ebintu ebyewuunyisa mu ggwanga lino bawangudde za awaadi bakyakola n'abaana bawadde abantu emirimu weewaawo bo alist balina bwe batuuse bwe tusobola okugamba nti nedda mujje mwogereko n'abantu abali eyo abandyagadde okukolaganira wamu naye ng'ate baagalana paka sawanya katunyumyemu ne Nabwiso and Eleanor. Kale ziramu okwaniriza tuli Mwasuze Mutya and of course I have a message from one of the let me see, yes, from one of the journalists here, Bamita Dorothy Najita. She's one of the amazing journalists we have and yampereza message nangamba, I love this couple and their work. They make me fall in love with Ugandan movies and TV series. Tell them I love them so much. I'm a big fan of Sanyu Nabiteja with her gumite hat. That's a message from our workmate here, Najita Dorothy. Yes, she's a reporter. My God, my DM is full, guys. Let me do the show. Baba de bagamba. Oh my God, thank you. Okutuletera that couple. Abagala nabo nekubanga tuyina bingi betubayigiddeko era bakoze emirimu egy'enjawulo mingi nnyo n'ate gwali eyo alina omwagalwawo mwagala kukolagana naye omuntu oli alinga atali open minded ate alinga atabitegere bemugenda okukola together kubanga babeerawo okukkiriziganya ati tugenda kukola ku kino si ekyo naye ate bw'ojjamu ebizibu bingi nnyo but today Eleanor and Matthew, they are here. Abantu nno bano bakoze ku firimu ez'enjawulo nyingi nnyo bannange asanyusanyo mwamulaba bati abantu bamulaba bangi nnyo. And we see so many people are still up to today. Baddayo ku butambi obukadde ne bakaba amaziga ne baseka ne bayomba ne bavuma naye nga Sanyu yakwata omubabira Bannayuganda. These two people are the producers and directors of Sanyu. Producing the Sabotage, Bed of Thorns, Karamoja, Christmas something, My Christmas something?
Christmas Together.
My Christmas Together, you know. Was it out? Did it get out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Christmas Together and so many other movies, you guys. And whoever has worked with the Nabwisos knows that these people have the highest level of professionalism. If it is work, it is work. Tewali muzannyo. Mwasuze Mutya baddiya.
Bulungi wasuze otya Stella.
Jendi mubuuze ku bantu baffe abatulaba olunaku olwali.
Mwasuze Mutya balabi baffe abalungi tubaagala nnyo era nga tubatumira okuva eno mu bannabwiso.
Tusanyusa okubeera wano.
Ddala amazzi obuuza ku lwewammwe abantu b'ebidinda batulaba
banakoddeeyo bannaife ab'ebidinda nsanga era ino kuba wano nimmwe era katuwayemu
bannange Abaganda n'abali mu Central abatulaba tubaniriza nnyo ku sheeno.
You guys look amazing. Oh, you're so sweet together. You look amazing. Mudabuto buli kaseera mutemukula. Temukula. Sina era natochuka. Mapi watu wali mu hostel. We mutoye mwali. Yeah? You guys look amazing. Kumacha bigamba che family elietya.
Family nungi. Yeah. Abato balungi, of course, back to school. So
yeah, of course.
Enyumba sirise muko naye of course Akawungeezi bakomawo ne tuwogana muko. So yeah.
Mukulikeyo mu lunaku lw'abaagalana.
Kale
Balukuza. By the way, the photo shoot was amazing, and I saw some pictures on social media. And who made that dress for you?
Oh, Kai's Divo.
It has to be Kai, Abbas Kaijuka. Yeah, yes. It was beautiful. Akawungeezi, yeah. And from way back.
Yes.
He has been your designer.
Yeah.
Matthew. And you call the suit.
The same designer.
Same? Ishakisa yabategera kono wa munju. By the Kai wa munju. Yes. Anyway, we're looking at people abakoze together, abakoze ebintu ebinene mu Uganda muno, abawangudde za award, abatambudde amawanga. Naye nga byonna of course sebedde byangu. You guys don't look at these people smiling and you're like, abo bakimala, my friend. Every now and then waberawo challenges, but it takes people who understand each other to be like kati mwan. Omanye? Let us go back to why we started this. Today, okay, mabega? Mwatandikira ku hostel. Singa nali boss wa minandi bakubya emigo. Yeah. You guys started from hostel. Mwesanga ku hostel. How did you get to know about an hostel? Bakubira simu, you came for auditions, because if it wasn't for hostel, you guys wouldn't have met.
I know.
Yes.
Okutandika mabega nali ndi mu muzannyo baguyita To Love Is To Die by the Obsessions. Twali tuzannya ku stage omuzannyo gwo Kwezi yagudirectinga. Kwezi Kaganda. Omumanyi musajja avuddemu Ebonizi akulidde emizannyo ku stage.
Yes, Katani Fun Factory.
Yes.
Okay.
Nandaba nangamba naye ne kubeera ng'oli ku TV. Ng'ozannya bya ku TV si ku stage eno. Kubanga nkulaba osobola ku TV. Ate mu kaseera kenyini nyina nakakolako ku WBS. TV bagigala. Naku ezo representer wa K-Files.
Yes.
Sure yasinze yasembayo ku ba presenters. Kati bagigala nengenda mu stage plays. Kwezi nangamba wabeerayo emizannyo ogenda mu auditions nengamba kati Uganda omuntu agenda kuzannyira wa. Ne bayita akalanga waka auditions za hostel.
Yes.
Ne tugenda tu auditioninga nefuna role ya Sister Hope.
Era ddala we bali kwongera ku Sister Hope. Ko omwana yali mulokole.
Sister Hope omukazi omulokole mu hostel series era girasanga Matthew azanyanga Gilo.
Yeah.
Yes. So twesanga hostel set. Yeah. First of hostel yali kumpi kugwawo mpola mpola mu season I think 2, season 3 kutwa meetinga kubanga Gilo yali azanya nga bad boy nze nga Sister Hope, so twali tuli mu separate locations.
Oh, separate locations.
So I think season 1 twesanga we became just good friends, you know, kwa de kulifti tugenze fena tulideka, you know, gone out. Of course season 2 we're becoming now closer like besties.
Yeah.
Then it became more serious of course by season 3, so netufuka bamukwano nyonyo, then more than friends, and
now here we are. No jangu yiza na it's okay. Tunja kuddayo. Matthew. Elena okumulaba. Omulaba mwechenja onogawo no mwana ono. I think wanjawulo. Despite the fact that tulimkola fena now, but I think she can become my wife.
Yeah.
How was the experience like?
Experience yali nungi. Of course, when we met on the set, I think actually this was during season 1. Nzijukira nze kubanga I got a role earlier than her. Then at some point in Naja, and I think we were having a read through. So mbao with a friend of mine yali DP at the time. So nga abasajja mubeera nomunyoga obwana bwalero obulaye. So that's how I spot her.
Yeah.
Nayenga of course kali kachali katototo
nakalalu. She was I think the youngest maybe on set. Among the youngest. Yeah.
Naye atenge eddalu eryo lirina engeri ate
Jiri kusumulula.
So nga wetugenda out kazanya kazi nane kayimbira ku meza ne kachengana.
And up to today she's still like that. When we are out, Elena, you know, I started to report you.
Nga masanyalaze ago mpulira.
Oh, she made you so happy. Her ways, her character and everything. Okay, now working together now kati mwetegedde bulungi nnyo kati mugenda kola on the same set. I don't know. Waliwo jealousy, waliwo gamba kati why you get a naira lwaki karate that experience there before we go any further. Yeah. Gutawo.
Omuntu na baba manyi.
Yeah.
You can do anything to me, but nzikiriza nnyo mu kwogeragana. Communication for me is the key. So
how would you define communication here?
Communication is put on the table. Ngamba what you feel, what I feel, what's going on with somebody, why you're with this person, you know. If you're running late, if you're coming early, just communicate. Because so wakunyiga must have right communication.
Yeah.
So bombuza about jealousy or not knowing or what. Muntu bagamba nti nzanya ne Stella emwagalo mu script eno. Manya wendi, you know. So sigenda kubeera ngambe Stella nga mukutte bwati. Yes, Stella yenga akola bwati. You know, sina bujobo. Kasita omuntu akugamba ekituufu. Yeah. Netugenda maaso.
This is just work.
It's just work. At the end of the day when they say cut, relationship yone Stella bekomyawo. Zemba nange ndi one.
Yeah, I think maybe also to add to that is kubanga ekintu kino twakitandika tuwamanya kiki etuyingiramu netumanya kiki what happens on sets ate netumanya nti tulina okubeera professional ku kintu kino. So of course nze tuzanye so many movies. Actually I think mu hostel is the only time I think where I had a scene with her when I was sitting on her, I think during season 1. Naye I've never really met with her on any other set. So in all other sets, she's acting with other men, I'm acting with other women. But then, of course, it's the Watubeiraku set, we know that this is work, it's professionalism. We do what we have to do, and when we chigwa ne chigwa. Kubanga, I've directed her many times in scenes where she's having a romantic scenes with other people.
And
I let them be because I know that she knows where to stop, when and where to stop. He'll be advised.
Mukazi wange mukwate wote.
Mukwata like nga amgamba kwata totya oba.
Totya ne mukazi wange kati muteke wali I'm like just stop saying that what mukazi wange.
Omuntu mulala tagenda kubeera free with that. And I love the fact that yes, continuing oba moving on nemugende setting up a family, and this is going to drive us to a multi-billion film company. It's a multi-billion because it has done great things like in betasubirangako Uganda because maybe these two have done it. Like tunatuka ku Nabwiso films. You guys are now a family. Now Eleanor has to be a wife and Matthew has to be a husband. Muzuka kumacha waliwo ebyokola. Fine mugenda kola naye kati wani waka. Kachai ko mwami then omuchala atakozebwa atakwetaga. How do you guys balance that?
Ekintu kyesinga okwebaza Mukama kisooka mu bufumbo bwaffe is the fact that Matthew muntu wa buli kimu.
Meaning
Matthew asobola okufumba, Matthew asobola okulongoosa, Matthew asobola okulabirira omwana, Matthew asobola okukola buli kimu. So tina lunaku lwenzuka ne neefumya ne ngamba ye bannange olunaku olulala, you know, because tulina synergies. Ajja kukeera bwe mba nkyebasajja ojja musanga nga tegeka omwana, bwe mba nzaaza okusentegeka omwana oba yefumbidde chai we banfumbidde nange chai ne tufuma ffenna n'ebikopo byaffe. So tweyamba nnyo because tumanyi nti we were our own. You know, abana bakyali bato nnyo so tugenda mutuma kukola bintu biri awo mu nnyumba. So bwe tukeera nga tumanyi of course tulina okukola ffenna. At the back of my mind manyi nze mukyala naye amanyi ye mwami. But bwe tukeera nga tumanyi tuli late. Tegagenda kubagana ne munne nti gwetekako chai gwe mukyala gwekola bwoti no. Tubeera bwe tuti mufumbiro. Onasiga omugati nze nteeka mu chai mu kikopo, onateeka mu containers nteeka mu, you know, ne tufuluma ffenna lumu. So bwe tubanga tugenda kola ffenna olumu of course nfuuka omukyala nteeka kachayi ku mmeeza ne mmanya nti musiibudde n'afuluma.
N'omulinda natta and life goes on like that. Matthew wabanga ukyali wakaawo, I don't know, you were a dad, waliwo abaana and everything, and as Eleanor said, nawe okwata ku baana n'obalongoosa n'ofumba emmere n'okola bwoti, and some partners are not that supportive. Ajja kubeera mweno working relationship naye nga ajjukiza omukyala nnyabo teweerabira omulimu gwo teweerabira kino. So abaami maybe so bakumagezi.
I think of course it goes back to understanding that omukyala is also as human as you, the man. So I think the best way mwami okukitegeera sometimes is stay home with all the kids ng'omukyala taliwo okoleko. You'll understand. So omanya nti omuntu naye akoowa, so kumuyambako kumusupportinga tekikuggyako busajja bwo, but then ikiyamba. I mean, there are times when nganakoye, then she will get up akole byonna byonna, but then when wemanya nti naye akooye muyamba. Kati tubeerawo like even times wesanga nti abakozi b'ennaku zino bamanyi abamu babeera ba target workers, ajja bw'amala okufuna sente zayagala enkya n'agamba ngenda. Kati when that happens, mwena mukola, mwena waliwo emirimu egy'okukola, tojja mulekera mirimu, you know, nvaayo nengenda mu ffumbiro nenjoza ebintu nemuyambako ne tukwataganira wamu, because at the end of the day we are both humans. Yeah, we are both humans, so tulina okukolera wamu. Kubanga ate bw'anaakola byonna n'akoowa ate ne mutuuka ekiro ate n'omugamba ate batayita.
I wish people understand that though. It's a whole whole day. So when mwakoyera eno ate nga n'emirimu emirala ino gikwasaganya ate it's a bit complicated. Naye kakati waliwo abeerawo spark nenga kati mugamba nti omanyi tugenda tandika okukola ffenna. To setting up Nabwiso Films, I watched some interview and you said that, you know, tewali mulimu mulala ngomaze hostel abantu bali bakubuza emirimu giriwa bannange nengo gamba tujja wait a minute tujja, but here that decision to be like, okay, nina kwa nomcha, did you think twice? Like it was that easy? Was it that easy?
Well, it could have been that easy actually, because butamalira hostel ngabo wagambye bantu bali banoonya muze wakati hostel yawedde banange muzanya kazanyo ki muli mutimbagano ki. Kati at that time of course hostel yalina episodes nga 90 era nga tuli mu main episodes nga main characters, era ku set okwo nga tulize bingi nnyo, directing, lighting, script writing. Of course ng'omwana ali ku set obeera ogenda mu buli office wenyiga buli wamu okulaba ekigenda mu maaso nga ndi very observant era nga nyiga because industry is self-taught. Nengamba but tuyigidde ku set eno ate Matthew kati yayongera okufuna emirimu nga hostel ewedde nga nze ntuddemuko, so nga ajja ne scripts ewaka ne tuzisoma ffenna ne mulagira kino ne mulagira kiri ne tulaba nga tulina our strengths. Naye nga tunoonyeza emirimu n'onoonya producer bw'oyinza okuyita nga talina mulimu n'ogenda ku national theatre n'oyitirayo nga teri audition. Tukebedde on the internet, actually Matthew supporting nnyo because at that time nafulangako ne Nigeria nengenda mu auditions, ne nfulanga e Kenya nengenda mu auditions, naye nga teri mirimu, South Africa nga teri mirimu. Then Matthew nagamba naye tusobola company yaffe nga Nabwiso's film company, what does it take? Tukata cameras, lights, abazanyi, how do we start this? It's registering a company at that time. Abalaba Rain, actually kweli ku YouTube. Rain was a big first project. Nitufuna script, Matthew nagamba tugenda jiko ate bwagenda ogizanya. Yegwe Rain, the director, tukole script eno. Script went miles, not just Uganda but globally.
Mwatula wamu ne mwandika script ya Rain.
Maybe also just to take you back a little bit, of course the vision etandika actually when we were still shooting the hostel, because it was a very popular show. Nachimanya nti every time we used to take a break, over 2 months break or 1 month break after season. During that break, ngaba fans babanja. So in my head nachimanya someday this show is going to end. So when it ends, what happens next? So that's when I started nasoka nenyumyako with a few friends betwali nabo ku set nabaga abantu mwe twandilowozeza ku continuity when this show ends, because it's going to definitely end someday. What happens that day? Newe nyumya nabo tebakitegeera. Then I'm with her, with my wife, and then I'm thinking, why don't I have this chat with her? Kubanga, I mean, we do the same things, and she loves doing this. Kubanga nalinda benzemi, I had, having come from the corporate world, I had a lot of experience and knowledge in terms of management. Managing people, managing projects. I tell her, the times ngawaga into tour, I would bring scripts netukolachi. Nemugamba, what do you think of this thing? How do you think of me when I'm acting this thing? Nenda Bansha has something to do with directing in her. So I said, with that experience, I can be producer, she can be director, and we can do this. Then we can hire cast and crew and get all the other things. So the moment she was aligned, I think to Chikore, Nemanyant, we are going to do this. So I said, let's do this.
Yeah, it was a shared vision.
Yes, it was a shared vision. Like, now let's do this.
Yeah.
Nabwiso Films, and then that
Create
is how
content.
we started. Of course, Rain was a very good project.
Yeah,
we had a friend, a director, a friend called Daniel, no Mwara Bamuita Mary, who wrote it. They came to us and like, when I turned a script and watched it, we've seen what you guys can do. Tukole. So we loved the script. Actually, yeah, script. So she was like, I love this story. I love it. I'm like, if you love it, then tujikole. So that is how we end up doing that our first production, Rain.
Yes. Okay. And now many couples, of course, tuli mukogera nga tuwa basis ku film because bano bali based in film, and now there are couples who do business together, other kind of business, okutunda anything, bali mu boutiques, bali mu ngoye, bali mu byakulya, restaurants, bali mu hotel and everything. Now bwe mbanga musaze okukolagana nga abaagalana nga mugatandika business together, musoke mwe mwetegeere. Okay, why you starting it, chiraga what tugenda chimeteni nga tutya mwize n'obutamanya nnyo bya maaso, but for now these are the rules, these are the betugenda otambulya ko byebino ne mugana ate ku outsourcing. Okay, tugenda kutukola babiri naye kasoke tufuneyo omuntu abantu batuyambeko ko okwetegeera. No, because you two are in this thing. Kasoke tumulemu katono nnyo bwe tukomawo ate tutunulire ebisinga kawo ku Nabwiso Films. Tovao Kurikanyo tujagena maso. We are with Nabwiso's, yes, Eleanor and Matthew. We bali mu studio. Njukira nakola kuna abantu bano. Njukira twagenda nga tugenda kola kalango, and it was an ad, and you guys gave me a role. And I can't say that it was a professional. Sinanko bantu bali professional nga mwe. Buli kimu kyali waliwo naddukanya kino waliwo addukanya kino okwega mukwatiza bwamu. And I had so much fun on that set. It was some ad. Yeah, and do you remember it?
Yeah, I do.
I
do.
Yeah,
that's my organization.
It was some ad.
Yes.
And then also I met Eleanor again. We've been meeting events and everything, but no one know Women's Day shoot last year. That was amazing. I worked with her. These are incredible people. Those who haven't worked with them, I think you guys are right now. Neka kati muyingide business eno muli mukola together. Bintu ki abantu balina okuteeka forward. Nti these are the non-negotiables. This, no compromise. Niwabeerawo guidelines emutambulirako, otherwise people have emotions and everything. For you as Nabwiso Films, mwakikola muti?
I think one, having a very clear vision of why this thing
started,
and you have a proper goals towards achieving it, so that we are never really aligned to that, the visions and the goals and objectives of it. Kubanga, when you have a clear vision, then you're going to have a problem. So even like any other people, some people try to get together in business, but vision webera clear, buli kyemukayana kina kubeera aligned to the vision. Aligned to the vision. Era nemanya nti how do we actually achieve kuba kati naffe there are times when we will argue about things. Unze, for instance, I like to branding is very key. My wife, just like most women, saving money is very key. So when job government now we need to do, maybe we need to use this car in this scene. And she's like, Matthew, is it really necessary to use that car? Because you can still do that scene with
this other car.
Or with this car. And then, of course, we will disagree. So my focus is on what kind of image, the production value that this brings. Like, Sebo, ngatumazo kola, we still have a home to run, we still have tuition to pay, So, but then again, when we have that kind of disagreement, you now go back to the vision and the goal, and you're like, okay, if this is where we want to go, how do we get there? Which of the two decisions is going to get us there? So that is how we've managed to do things. But on top of that, also tumanya nti cause project ziba za njawulo buli project ebeerako omukulu waayo kati when we are for instance doing a project like Bed of Thorns or Christmas Together, she was the producer. So even when I have, or even Karamoja, even because Karamoja, she was the producer, I was directing. Katinzenga director, my creative vision I am seeing. Near the end of the day, producer wahaba agambi nti no, it's a no.
Are you serious?
Yes, she's the producer.
Oh.
Wagamba nti no. Ngamba okay.
Producer bwati wagambye. Tambulirawo.
Nga nkitanga tugenda mu maaso. Rabo kigaana bebyafuta nga tumaze kushootinga tukati nga naye wano waganye naye this is what I was trying to achieve. What you are trying to achieve naye nga producer sente zaawo teziriiwo.
I think because also tugezezaako okulaba nga when you leave the house tumanya tugenda mu field.
Yes.
Gwagenda okwogera mu eno meeting yo banza agenda osinga okwogera. Oba I compliment you halfway.
Yes. So
bwe tutuuka mu meetings tumanyi gwe producer gwe nanyini project tandika. Bwe manya nti olina wogenda okugenda ro nga nange nnyingirawo. So ekintu ekisinza okuyombesa abantu butamanya wawe nkoma ne we sikoma. Because tumanya nga ba couples omanya ono badde wange. Tayogera bwoti bakola bwoti. Kati omusajja kiba kimunyiiza kati eti muli mu public kati mulwanira titles. So ngamba nti nze producer we not sure. We director protocol has to be observed. Not just mu bufumbo but ne ba workers. Era abo kimanya nti tuli ku show eno naye mukyala Nabwiso ye nanyini show. Protocol has to be observed. Oba eno show leero Matthew ye nanyini show. Protocol has to be observed. So omutuukirako ng'omanya nti no sigenda kwogera na mwami wange naye ngenda kwogera ne boss. Yes. So emufuluma mulimu nga mudde waka n'omanya okay tweyambule producer kisigaze ye nayo director kisigaze ye kati gwe husband wife gwe daddy gwe mami. Nitudambye waka. So tugezezaako okulaba nga tu dividing our roles. N'obutalwanira naddala like managing ebyesente. Tumanya nti kwali tukoze fena company eno Nabwiso Films. Nabwiso Films ina kuba ne joint account. Joint account esente zonna zijja mu company zitandikira omwo. Kati mu joint account n'omanya nti gwe nga mukyala Nabwiso ina account yo weesasula. Naye Mr. Nabwiso na account yo weesasula. So they are separate individual accounts. Ne main account. Nomanya nti obwega kola kavire bwegenda kusanyisa gwe ne bawalabo mugende muzirye sente zizo. Ezama tunayo bayaga kufuna the guys night out oba tugenda kola party y'abaana bikibichi naye nadia ku sente ze.
Ninga siza company. Eza company mutwala mu mine mugamba kati eza company tuno ku reinvestinga. Tugenda ziteeka mu ki. Nze kyengambe kiyombesa abantu okusinga mu bufumbo nga bakola bonna oba bagala nga bakola bonna butamanya ngiri gye bagenda kosa mu sente. Nga zizze. Osanga olinga aliawo ebinyize nya bakazi okoza kasente ko musajja okozeewo meka leero nziweereze. Gwabadde mu kaduuka gwayiribye gwazirese nazikujjako. Yes agenda gulemmere waka n'ebirala but gwe ng'omukyala gwosigalizaawo ki. So I think abakyala balina kwerabira nti nange ng'omukyala nina bye neetaaga. Oba ka trip kaze ne bawalabo you know have to get out with the girls. Togenda kudda bagamese bamadde nsabayo kasente empayo kasente ate ng'omulimu mukola mwenna. So kiruma nnyo omuntu nagamba you know what tukite ki business kiganye. Because omusajja asika buli kimu. But from the beginning twalagamba tugamba you know company inawo nawe n'omusaala nawe n'omusaala. Anything to do with home omusajja ajja kirabirira. Nawe nakushabira ebintu byo. So to joining a deal to separating a deal. Okay. Speaking of finances, bintu byesente bino bidemu emotions nyingi nnyo era nga abantu wabeerawo blame game awo. Losses and profits. Kayate gwe jabadde gwe blame game neefuuka blame game and at the end of the day bitama. Nogamba manyi kanfune mukwano gwange instead of ba wange oba mukyala wange. So blame game, how have you guys dealt with that?
Nawe tugambira separating accounts. No manya nti onaina omusala onaina omusala.
And in terms of the whole, like a bigger picture.
The bigger picture is much abale ekitabo. Record keeping.
But also there is also knowing each other's strength. Katinze, with my background of working with the corporate world, I know a lot about how businesses run. So I bring that strength into the business. And also when we are making any expenditures as a company, she has to know. And then we need to also to be very clear into why are we making this expenditure? How does it grow the business? So that when we do it, we are in agreement. kubanga as long as chenabagainti once you have a proper vision, a mission and goals, whatever decisions you're making for the company zino kubanga ziletera growth. So every time I have an idea and I think we need to spend nchimutunuzamu nemulaga nga bwekigenda okuza company
tukola decisions ziwe kanoga kati nze njogedde
she will agree because araba waje kigenda naye singa mba mbikola nga tamanyi then she won't understand and that's where problems are going to come but it's transparency very key.
And that I told you so moment eluma no gamba nakoze ka decision sentence funye bagambe what you deal kino kitekayo ne chifa then you have to come the wife now and say munange muchala nataddeyo million 10 side naye bazikubye and you like why didn't we discuss this?
Yes.
And that I told you so first is like the best revenge. You're like
So transparency is very important.
Yes.
Transparency and being aligned with the company's goals and visions.
And speaking of that, you guys are, of course, it's Nabwiso Film. So if I have a project and just in Jagara Nabu Eleanor Yaba Abida director, do you also come along as
no.
Nabwiso Films, or do you guys ever get separate deals? And when you get them, how does Matthew support you, or how do you support him, like on separate gigs?
I'll say first and foremost, the company is a company. It's its own person. Then we are also individuals who actually work for the company. Kati bojango yagala Eleno to work, to direct for your film. It is Eleno. For me, as if I'm to support her, I'm supporting her as her husband, not as Nabwiso Films. Yes. How do you support? Sometimes how do you support? What do you need? What else do you need as her husband? To execute her job as her, not as a company.
And then you still support her in that.
Because at the end of the day, she died the fact that mulimu gwange. So nesente zenfunye kweli side gig from the company. So kuba gwange nesente zibazange. So at the end of the day ziba.
And also nacho chinyambo okulaba nti she can make her own money elsewhere. Kubanga era wabawo those moments where cash flows can be low. Namugambo wangu inayo kukasente awo mbadde netagayo bukadde 5 ba 10. And most cases yogenda kwesa ngati azirina. Now if I didn't support her and what she's doing to go and do that, ngenda kubirani. Actually for me it is very rare to borrow money from anybody else atali my wife.
You borrow and then you pay back.
He has to pay back.
And sometimes we speak of boundaries banange. Tuina abemikwano, abenganda, abasudde business. Mukozi mugudo restaurant, abemikwano b'omukyala basiibaawo ne bali emmere ey'obwerere ne balina oba boutique oba ki bambala engoye bazitwala ku bbanja bakola bwe bati. So you guys, how are you dealing with boundaries of friends and family, because they have to be involved as well in your lives? We are off.
Nina muganda wange mugagga nnyo. Bayina nice, hotel, nice everything. Twatandika nga tukyali batototo mu business. Ne tugenda bakyalirako. There was this very big party, posh like millionaires party. Tuyingide omanyi bwengida mugagga mulowooza. Of course they owned a place. Tugenda kutula big and everything. Ne tufuna nice place and tutula. Twatulya otunywa tulya. Abantu bayingirawo nga bangi of course bazze. Omwami natugamba, let's have the paying clients sit here. Tugende kwere meza. Nengamba omanyi Uganda timire wali paying clients bajja batulako wano. Uganda muganda wanga nekifo kyabera nakyo. Wano you sit large, you spend large, ne munywa ne mudekawo ne tab, ne mutafa ku business. Ekintu ekyo kyanjigirira nnyo something in my head and I said no. Business is business. Era utatandika business twalina of course baganda bajja batuyambako muganda wange bichitugeza kukola fena. Nene otula once ndogamba you know what? Tubala ebitabo. Lose evudde kwani. Agundi afunye sente zikola kino, ono afunye sente zikola kino. Ndogamba but sente zifuluma zigenda koma wozitya. At the end of the day yes ono muganda wo but we bagenda tubadde omusala gwabwe bwe tumuli mu loss. kikuzimbye kitya ogamba you know what ba mu company tusigaze Oluganda naye sente za company zino okula. Somebody has to be willing to have the vision with you.
Yeah.
I think also to add something to that, Chagambie about her sister and the sister's husband. It was a good learning lesson kubanga ono enkola gye tukola ebintu wano e Uganda.
Yeah.
For instance, bw'okeera leero n'ogamba nti ngenze mu hoteli ya Sudir eyatuyise waliyo kapati mu hoteli ye, you're going to have the best place, the VIP. You're going to have a VIP treatment. Naye kubanga kati eno event gye twaliko was a branch, ng'eriko basama bangi bazze, so the place got full. Kati ono mwami nyini hotel na nyini hotel ngona ga Sudiro na ganti kati omanyi abagenyi ba clients bazze bangi kati fe katuyimire wali mu kona bo batule. It was so humbling for us to watch and see because we had never seen anything like that in Uganda. So we saw it out of here. So we're like, so these people put the business first.
Exactly.
And they don't mix their own pleasure with the business. So it's the same way we also run ours. Company aba company.
Right.
Nze muganda wangu aba ina sente zayagala oba ayagala kumuwola muwola ku zange.
Okay, siza company
no.
Yeah.
Era wamba muwola nga company ye mubanja era ni company measures zibeerawo nti okay company kusasula bwet oba mukozi wa company. Kusasula bwet era omusala gugenda ku account tugenda gusala bwetuti. Wabanga takola mu company nze muwola nganze waba akubirayo nze nono muganda waba yagala any favors ezili financial they deal with her on her own money, not company. So we don't mix our own things with the company business.
Because at the end of the day ebanja zibunyo okuzaawo.
Right.
Zibunyo nadala nga muntu muganda wo. Waba kusaba na yangu wanyo mangu oba yoneta nawo zinte ku account.
Yes.
No kubagana mbagamba muganda wange agala sente no zijjako no ziteka ku account ye nezi sabo omugambe empe sente zange zinakuwadde ku Monday wangambe gena zipa ku Tuesday. Nawe linda ko meanwhile mwina client abasabye omulimu wetaganga 10 wagabye dda 5 kati gwe ng'omukyala bawazijjemu nga togambye mwami bakugamba tugende tujjanti yeziri akalimu kagenda wagabye sente wa muganda wo you can't tell the husband nowadays sente kuva mu account ate zagenze kati simanyi bwe tugenda zizzaawo wala wokola loss twice kati boundaries kitegeeza nti if the family knows bano bagaga yes bana accompany zaabwe bichi naye tajja kujjayo ka sente ku account ogambi sirina.
Yes.
Nagamba naye mwina sente mwache mulugaba sente ngamba sirina zenganze sina ku account yange ne company ina yes but it has to run. Nange sirina.
Speaking of abakozi, Nabwiso films einayo other abantu abakola different roles and different responsibilities.
Yes.
And also bakomawa nabo. Munsonga za kati tukolera kitongole wekiti. Can we make sometimes decisions just for the best interest or kubanga antu omuntu abakolera kati nga mu film fetwina this whole thing that we are family okay nti so anokwata omulimo nga ne Nabwiso tebamanyi nengukwata nengubukinga bulungi naye ngate simaze nakubebuzaako so okumanaging abakozi still it goes back to administrative work you're good at it naye ani gwe tuleeta ani gwe tutaleeta.
But omanyi emirimu egisinga gijja contractually. Nomanya nti eno contract tulina abantu 10 tugenda okukozesa. We are employing 100 people on this project. Next project tulina abantu 65, abala 85 we are employing nga permanent staff yo. Olina okumanya nti buli omu alina description ye. Administrator, PR, agenda okukola obulango, agenda okukola commercials. Of course, ekiyimiriza company okumanya nti directors ebasoko genda mu meetings okusecuring emirimu. So lwayo ne contract one tukola just film, tukola obulango, tukola commercials, tukola skits, tukola radio dramas. Kati fenga ba directors to securing emirimu. Then tuloka to supplying emirimu. Tugamba gwagenda kuba DOP gwe director gwe gundi. That way emirimu gitandikidde waggulu ne gikira wansi.
Era muina company values.
Yes. So siba kubera ku setting a director. Mukwano gwe camera assistant no gamba sit like this.
That's what I'm
trying
to say. Yes.
Honey, protocol has to be observed and buli show gye tukola buli mulimu gwe tutandika ne meeting. And the first thing we emphasize a lot is protocol, because omuntu akumanyira ku mulimu, protocol has to be observed. There's a runner, omuntu adduka ku set, waliwo DOP, okwata camera esooka, assistant DOP, waliwo producer, line producer. So wontuukirako mu office yange kuŋŋamba nti mukyala Nabwiso bannange bw'onakoze bw'ati kiba kiganye ne wenna kuba department heads. So protocol has to be observed all the time.
I think maybe just to emphasize it, yes, to enough proper structures in place. So people, of course, department heads, fields are where they make decisions, but of course they consult or they make reports so that netumanya what is happening at all times. Wagambye in the event that somebody akuta omulimu n'aguleeta, if waba agufunye in the names of Nabwiso Films, we have to be in the know. We have to be involved in the negotiations and then also give it guidance on how it's going to be handled.
Okay. Okay, waberawo protocol. And that is very important. Era na buli omu business ye, this tumanye hierarchy bannange. Omukozi si kumala gakubba kukulyako sente, you're not following up, you're not monitoring, you're not kwegamba toliiwo ate bano webali. My dear, everything, they're involved in everything. Ngakade tekanazigwako, what are you guys working on? I'm excited.
We are working on creating a couple of concepts that we still want to do more television series, we still want to do more movies, but currently there is one project we are really pushing, Okwagala, this movie about the Uganda matters. We've shot a teaser about it because we feel like this is a very good story about this country. It can promote a lot of tourism in this country.
Exactly.
We want to show who we were mu Uganda even before omuzungu tanajja n'omuwarabu kubanga tukutwalira ddala tukuzeeyo ku the 1200 where Kabaka King, the first king of Buganda was. Netukuleeta up to the time when they said the matters abazungu bajira. So mu ekyo twagala okulaga governance kubanga abantu bagamba balowooza nti twatya tulina kye tumanyi before omuzungu tanajja. We want to show that we actually had a strong governance system in Uganda. Bwakabaka bwakolanga bwe buti. Buganda yagejja etya okutuuka kufuuka ekyo kyeri. Omuwarabu ajja atya okuleeta eddiini ly'obusiraamu. Abakristaayo bajja batya okuleeta eddiini ly'abakristaayo. What was its impact? What is the conflict between the religion and the culture? What led to that? So it is going to be a very strong, debatable story for everybody to watch, and that's how we want to do okusobola okubanga we tell our own stories. Tetugenda kulinda bazungu bajje batubuulire nga bwe baagala in their own lenses. So we have that teaser called The Flames of Faith. It's available on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be played here, and that's what we are working on.
Thank you so much, producer Gitera. Yo, Sean, thank you. Webatu, abana Uganda bajirabiko teaser. And when is it going to officially?
Tukyamalirizza ebintu ebimu being a period piece, budget yayo neneko, so tukyagezaako okumaliriza ebintu. Tujja kuba tuba keeping up posted.
That is really beautiful.
And it's not going to be just the only one. It's the beginning of many more historical tales. Uganda has many rich stories that have not been told. Yatwagabira tujeyo mpola mpola nga tubiteeka ku lutimbagano.
Nkirabira nga it's a big budget project. Temumalaga mwe kye tubamanyiko temumalaga. You go all in. So we thank God for that. Any last words for the audio viewers? A last message.
Well, since twatwogera ku bintu by'okolagana, my last words would be that when you decide to do something together, make sure you go all in. Decide to start together and end it together, and along the way, believe in good communication. Don't hide anything from your partner, and at the end of the day, separate the finances, home finances, work finances, and make sure that you balance the books always. Pay your taxes, and make sure that the company runs smoothly with colleague, and at the end of the day, don't forget who you are as wife and husband. Be open and make sure that you speak out on everything that's happening to the company. Business, separate the money.
Nze kyenyiza okugamba abalabi nze obufumbo business njirunninga ng'obufumbo kubanga we nagamba omukyalo ono nti I do we said until what death do us part. Cut of course mu bufumbo tujja kayana tujja naye divorce is not an option.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, tugenda kayana ne tulina okukwatagana. The option is getting a solution.
Yeah.
So just like business, mba mujitandise nga mulina omulamwa.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, at the end of the day, look for solutions and make it work. Make it work.
And respect one another.
Make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
that
you
is
so
the
much.
only thing that is sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What's that one thing you're most grateful for? Looking at your journey, where you came from and where you're heading. First,
for me, what I'm most grateful for is our viewers, our sponsors, our donors, funders. You know, business can't proceed if you don't have any of these people.
Yeah.
The more people watch, the more people subscribe to our content, the more money we get, the more we produce more content. So that's continuity for us.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. And above all, I'm grateful for a very supportive husband, because if he didn't support my career, if he didn't support my career, I wouldn't be where I am. He has supported me in many different ways, and I'm so grateful for that. He has let me put a step forward in what I want to do in my career and make sure he's balancing it at home. He keeps the kids, I go out and do what I have to do. And I'm happy for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Personally,
That's
I think
beautiful.
I'll say, of course, I'm grateful for my wife, because she's a very good support system.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to our fans that give us a reason to continue doing what we do. But most importantly, I'm grateful to God, who has been the guide, our anchor, our everything. Because without him, we wouldn't be here. But because of him, we've come the far we've come.
Okay, we are so proud of you guys. Mutambudde amawanga, mukwatidde Uganda bendera mu bintu bya creativity, mu bintu bya film and art. And as Eleanor said, there is so much that has to be told. Balina historical tales nyingi nnyo, balina projects nyingi ezijja. Watch out for those. And Ugandans dear support. Webateka film mu cinema tugende tuwagire ebina Uganda kubanga bano baana baffe bannange. Abatweswa kontu ba South Africa nedda baddiya. These are Ugandans doing great and big things. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let's meet tomorrow. We love you. God bless you.
Thank you.